So this is our second class. In the first class, already told you. Yeah. How to run our HTML code. We already discussed in the last class. Sorry. Yeah. So I'm trying to use VS Code here, and later we written some basic code, and finally we install live server extension and click on go live. Then you will get some output, right? So yeah. So first try to install VS Code, step 1. Step 2, then go to some project folder and open command prompt and execute a command that is code space dot. Then VS Code will open with your current project. Then create a HTML file and write some HTML code and try to install live server extension. If you install this live server, you will get an option of go live, and if you click on go live, you will get the output. I will show you step by step again. So first try to install VS Code. After that, yeah, I just created a folder that is class 2. Okay, in this just remove this file path and try to write cmd, that is command prompt open code space dot, means VS Code with current directory. So in this create a HTML file like index.html. Okay, after that this HTML file, right? So type HTML. You got 3 options, right? HTML, HTML5 and HTML XML. So what is the latest version of HTML? That is HTML5. Okay, so click on enter. Okay, so I will show you again. Try to write HTML. You got 3 options. So by using up arrow and down arrow, go to second option. Either tab, either click on enter. Okay, so you got this HTML file. So already told you we are working with HTML, right? Yeah. So the first line, what is that? Doc type. Okay, so we'll write the notes, don't worry. What is the first line? Doc type HTML. Yeah, this indicating you what type of HTML version you are using. Document type. Exactly, document type. What type of document you are using? You are working on HTML. Okay, and this is indicates you what type of document along what version you are using, which version you are using. For example, this is a common tag. This is a common tag for 2 technologies. One is HTML, second one is XML. Yeah, this is the very first point. This is a common tag for 2 technologies, HTML, and second one is XML. So we will use the same tag doc type, maybe XML or HTML. So we'll use something here. This something extra text indicates you version of your I mean which version you are using in this documentation, in this document. Okay, so this particular syntax indicates you this is HTML5 document. So for example, if you want to work on other one, like for example, HTML4 doc type. You can see this is indication of HTML4 doc type syntax. HTML5 doc type, and this is HTML4 doc type. So such a long string. Okay, but for HTML5 means HTML creators, they feel like this is stable version, so they given just HTML only. Okay, and for example, interview will ask you if you are not use doc type, then what will happen? No, there isn't. You will never get errors in HTML. Okay, so what happens if you not use doc type? Then you know why we are using doc type generally. This is for the purpose of browser. Browser have to understand which HTML version you are using. So if you are not used doc type, then browser can understand that. So some browsers will support up to 4 versions. Some browsers can support up to 5. If for example that particular browser can support 4, for example, it assume you are writing HTML4 code. Okay, if that particular browser, if it is support, it can support up to HTML5, it assumes that you are going to write HTML5. So if you are not mention doc type, then it is browser choice up to how much it can support. So it assumes that version you are using. Okay, so try to mention doc type because we are going to use HTML5 coding. Okay, and second, we're using what? HTML. What is this HTML tag is? Second, we're using what? HTML tag. Along, we're using language also. Which language we're using? English. Okay, so I'm going to write English coding in that. For example, if you're going to write Telugu in this, you can give TE. If you're going to use Hindi, you can give it. So we have uh, language values for this attribute. So we'll discuss those things later. So you can understand what is this HTML is. It is a root tag. Okay, so means all HTML tags. So this is a common tag for two technologies, right? So exactly our HTML code started from this line. HTML started and HTML closed. What is the use of this HTML tag? This is a root element, root tag. Okay, so all HTML elements placed in between HTML tags. Okay, so between these two tags you need to place all HTML tags. Okay, so that is a root tag. Okay, so next what is our tag will be? Then it is body, right? Sorry, head. So what is the use of head? Head, it contains generally styles, I mean CSS, and B title, C metadata. I will tell you what is the meaning of metadata. So it contains what? Meta information. Okay. So meta information. So generally, what is the use of this meta information? Meta means telling about itself. So for example, I am writing my meta information, that is that information about myself. Same way, you can write metadata of this particular document. Okay, so what kind of fonts you're going to use, and is it responsive or not? Those kind of things we can mention using meta. Okay, and we can write title. Title means this is the title of the documentation, that particular document, and you can write styles of that particular file. Okay, so what head is holding? Generally styles as well as title as well as metadata. So, and in olden days, like almost 15-20 years ago, when you were writing JavaScript, we placed JavaScript in the head, but now we are placing JavaScript in the body. Okay, so that's why CSS, title, and meta information we are placing inside the head tag. Okay, yeah. Coming to the, what is that? Body. What is the use of body generally? What is the use of body?
All the content will be placed that is displayed in the.
Yeah, simple. Displayed content. We are placing displayed content in the body, right? We have to place body. Which content you want to display, just place that inside the body. Okay, means heading tags and paragraph tag, that means h1 to h6. Okay, and paragraph tag, that is p tag, and form, table, images, maybe list, and maybe video, audio, and even graphics oriented like Canva, SVG, Canvas SVG. Those kind of tags we can place inside. Sign out, sign in. Buttons. It's buttons actually. Of course, links. Links. Good links. Yeah. So we can place what do you want to display on the browser. Place that content inside the body. Okay. So as of now, we just created some basic structure, that is VS Code given. Okay, automatically VS Code given you this, and first basic scene document type, that is HTML5, and second, yeah, language English, then head, and then meta. So yeah, in meta, what you mentioned, UTF-8. What is the meaning of UTF-8? Okay, so that is generally one of the character set. Okay, so generally we are working with the fonts, as well as you can display images also, that is emojis. So you want to display emojis also, we need UTF. UTF means Unicode. Yeah, please note down. Unicode transformation format. 8 means 8 bit. Unicode transformation format. 8 means 8 bit. Format. Eight bit. 8 bits. Yeah. So these two lines, meta information, this meta information telling you what? This meta information telling you um, like what fonts we are using here. Okay, so what format we are using, and this one, the second one, it is telling you like viewport. Viewport means, for example, I am opening this, right? So how much area visible in the screen, that is viewport. For example, if someone open this in a mobile, they can see like this. Yeah, they can see like this. So this is a viewport of that Samsung Galaxy S8 Plus. Okay, so how much you can see, how much you can read that screen, that is viewport. So generally we are working on responsive websites. Means what? We are creating a website that if you open that in the mobile, it comes in the mobile look and feel. If you open in the desktop, it comes in the desktop look and feel. For that we are using this viewport, and what we are mentioning, width equal device width. Automatically it will read your device width and it will give, and initial scale will be 1.0. So means, for example, my screen size, for example, 1200 pixels width. So now that 1200 pixels it considers 100%, that is 1 scale 1.0. For example, if you open the same website in the mobile, that is 480 pixel, imagine that, so that is considered as 1.0. Okay, so this is for responsive. We will discuss the same point in the media queries level. Okay, so try to understand these 2 points giving information of this web page. Okay, yeah. And coming to the title, what title you are writing, that will display on the browser. Okay, so for example, this is our basic tax class. Okay, so click on go live. If you want to use go live, you need to install live server here. Yesterday I already told you live server. You can search live server and try to install live server. After that installation, you will get this option. If you click on this option, you will go to the live. It will directly take you to the browser. Okay. So either we can do that. If you double click on this one, it will open, but it will not automatically reload. It will not automatically reload. Yeah. If you want to reload, then try to open with the live server. Right, right. So, yeah. For example, if you write something code here, heading code, heading level 1, you can see. Okay, and I'm trying to write H2 and H3. We have H1 to H6. you want, you can understand more about this by using tools. So right click on the browser, you will get this right. Come down, the last option is what? Inspect. Okay, click on the inspect. I chosen this option, no need to choose this option. And just expanding like this. Yeah, just click on H1. Okay, it is showing you font size 2 EM. Okay, click on H2, 1.5 EM, 1.17. It's not given font size, means H4 size and our content size both are same. Okay, and see here they're decreasing the font size. It means this H5 font size is below than our normal font size. Okay, so generally 1 EM means that is the original font size. So yeah, if we use different font family, it having different font sizes. If you want to give dynamic font sizes, then you can use EM. Okay, 1 EM means that is exactly equal to our regular font size. These 4 having exactly font size. 3, this is a small, little bigger than regular font size. 1.5 double to our font size, and this is little smaller than our regular font size, and this is too much smaller than our regular font size. So we can't use 5 and 6 because this is below than our regular font size. So these two we can't treat it as headings. Okay, so we can use from H4 to H1. Okay, you can see that this is your H1 and this is your H4. This is exactly our font size. Okay, so yeah, if you want to display something, like you want to give some heading along the paragraphs, images, definitely you need to use subheadings, main heading, subheadings. In that article again you want to use subheading. So main heading will be H1, and there are 2 articles. Every article you are using H2, and in that article you have subheadings, you will use H3. In that subheading you want to use one more heading, that is H4, like that. Okay, so I will show you some website. Generally, this is Laren. What is the use of this? This is non-copyrighted content. Yes. So because see, we are creating a website for the client. Okay, we create a website for the client. For example, you have a client. He's a doctor, maybe. For example, you developed a website for a doctor. That is a hospital-oriented website. So you went to Google and you copied content from you copied other website content, other hospital content. Okay, so that is copyrighted content. Okay, so if you use that copyrighted content in your website, definitely Google will find. Even those people, they have copyright, right? Yeah, they can report a case against you. Right, because means your business owner, maybe on your client, if they report a client case on your client, then he will report on you because you given the content. Okay, so this is non-copyrighted content. For example, if you are developing a sample website, don't copy content from the other websites. Copy the content from this website. This is not copyrighted content. Okay, for example, if you want to write content for your client, definitely you need to write your own content. For example, you want to show sample content, yeah, try to copy paste this one. Okay, so this is one heading, this is another heading, this is another heading, this is another heading, and this is the main heading. Okay, if that articles, this is the article, if it have any sub heading in that, again you can use one more, maybe this H1, this is H2, inside you can use H3, in that you can use H4, like that. Okay, yeah, and I just want to copy this content. First I will copy this. H2 is this heading, and I want to copy this content, this one. I will place inside the paragraph. It's not heading, no, it's not heading. It is just normal content. So try to place inside the paragraph. Okay, and go to output. You can see it comes like this. Okay, this is I used H2 and I displayed some other kind. But I want to do something like, see, after typesetting, after dummy, after gallery, it is going to the next line, right? So I want to go like that. After typesetting, I want to go to the next line. After dummy, where is that dummy? This one. I want to go to the next line. So paragraph will not allow line breaks. Okay, I will show you that. This is our content, no? After time setting, it is the next line. After type setting, where is the next line? And after dummy, where is the next line? After gallery, where is the next line? And after has, it has. Okay? Yeah, there are so many lines. I'm going to break 3 lines. Okay? It is 4 lines. Yeah, I just started this content in the next line. Let's see what will happen. Nothing happened. Because paragraph will not allow line breaks. So to break that line, you have to use one more tag. Okay, so there is a special tag for that to break the line. Name called absolute break tag. Okay, so for break there is no closing tag, but I will tell you how to close that. Now you can see I just break 4 lines. So don't worry, it's not coming in the same line because of so many reasons. We are not up to that mark. We'll discuss slowly, but try to understand. Yeah, what happened? Yeah, we're breaking the lines. If you want to break, you need to use breaks again. Then it comes in the line by line. Okay? Yeah. Now I want to talk about this break tag. This break tag. So already you understood, right? What is title? See, basic tags class. So this is title. Okay, and already told you about meta and already told you CSS, that is used for styles. Yeah, we'll discuss after HTML. Okay, and you understand these two. This is H1 to H6 and paragraph tag and paragraph line breaks. So use break tag to, yeah, to break the line. Okay. So now coming to break tag. Okay, it is self closing tag. Self closing tag. You no need to close it. No need to close it. It means it don't have close tag. But some technologies like React.js, it will not allow uh, without closing a tag. So there is a open tag, and without close it, it will not allow. So yeah, you have to close the tag, but it don't have a close tag, right? Yeah, for the standards, we have to close like this. Okay, so this is open and close combination. This is the standards. So for example, input, there is an input tag in the form. It's a self-closing tag. You have to close like this. And image tag, you have to close like this. Image tag. And there is a horizontal rule tag. You have to close like this. Horizontal rule. Horizontal rule. It's going to break your document into two parts by line, by single line. Okay, I will show you that how to use HR. I will use it now, no problem at all. So for example of this one, I'm trying to use HR. Okay, so for example, if you use HR like this, even for breaks you have to close like this, close like this, close like this. 90% of HTML developers, means designers, they will not close the tag. Okay, but that is not good. That is not good at all, because advanced technology will not allow you like that. Okay, so try to close self-closing tag like this. This is standards. Okay, so yeah, I even closed HR also. See, yeah, it breaks your line into these two, like it's divided entire document into two parts. Okay, so this is one part, this another part. It's divided. For example, if you use some HR, it's not going to break like that. It will give you a big line between them. Okay, this line. So that is horizontal rule, but generally most of the people call it horizontal line. But it is HR, right? Horizontal rule, and this is break. Okay, so tomorrow I will give you definitions of self-closing tag, empty tag, these kind of things, and just try to understand what we're using. And next. This is self-closing tag. And sixth, inline tags, and um, most of the people call it as elements. Okay, inner elements versus block level elements. Before this, tag versus element. Okay. See, for example, if you take yeah. Yeah, there is a construction going on. There is a construction going on. House construction. Okay. So this is the wall. Okay. And this is another wall. This is the another wall. And this is another wall. Finally, what is this? It is a room. Okay. Wall, 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 wall. If you come that combination, this piece of area, you will treat as a room. Wall, 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 wall. It's a room. Okay. Same way. Yeah. What is this? Open tag, close tag, H1 element. Okay. So like wall, tag means just like wall. Room means element. So the combination of open tag plus close tag along with the content, we can call it element. Okay. So element means tag, open tag, close tag along with the content. Yeah, even self-closing tag also an element. Okay, self-closed tag also element. Why it is element we'll discuss. Okay, so because even it is having open and closing and empty content. There is no content in it, but it is open and closed combination. Okay, every tag having its self-closing choice. Okay. For example, if you are not closing this, nothing will happen. But the rest of the content come under this tag. For example, I will show you that. Yeah, I forgot to close H2. What will happen? This paragraph content come under this H2. Okay, I will show you that. It also comes like a H2. It also comes like H2. So you need to close. I will show you even it is closed. That H2 closed. I'm not closed it. It is closed by itself. Okay. And the complete paragraph content come under that H2. Okay. So yeah. Try to understand. Every tag can close itself, but it creates some problem if you're not closed it. Okay. So anyway, open and close combination, that is an element. Even self-closing tag also element. Okay, but you can tell like this: open and close along with its content is called element. Yeah, and tag going to describe the content. Okay. Yeah, and now I'm writing inline elements and block level elements. Means what? Indirectly I'm talking about tags. Even I can call tag as tag. I can call it element also. But you have to understand. So even element or tag both are same. But there is a difference, right? So you have to understand the difference. You can see this. Yeah. There is a content, right? Heading level 1. That content completed here. That content completed here. That next heading started in the next line. Yeah. Because it's not occupied complete line, right? Why this content it comes in the next line? Because we have two different types of tags. One is inline, second one is block level. So block level means it will occupy its entire block. entire line. So it will occupy its line. I will show you that practically. Yeah, this is our HTML portion. Expand this, click on H1. Mouse over on H1. If you click, no problem. Mouse over. See, it is occupied 100% width of content. That entire block it is occupied. Come to the next one. It is occupied entire block. Like that, even what I written as of now, H1 to H6 as well as paragraph, these are all block level elements, occupy 100% width. Okay, now I'm going to write inline elements. Inline. So there is a tag name called span. Span. Okay, so I'm just trying to write content 1, content 2, content. Yeah. Now see what will happen. So content 2, content 3, content 3 comes in the same line. So that is inline elements. Okay. Come down. See mouse over. Yeah, it is just taken that much of space. Okay. For example, I just want to write paragraph between these two. What will happen? No. So this comes in the first line. And this is, yeah, it is block level. It comes to next line. And it is occupied 100% width. And content 2, content 3 comes in the same line. Right, okay? See what will happen. Yeah, content 1 comes in the same line. Paragraph comes in the next line because it will occupy 100% width. And content 2 and content 3 comes in the same line. Okay, so these are the different combinations we have to apply ourselves because, yeah, see, HTML giving you its definitions, like every tag have a definition. But by applying them, we have to do some research. We have to do our own research. Then we'll get this kind of idea. For example, if that being a trainer, if I tell you this one, I just tell you these 2 points. Block level elements comes in the same line. Sorry, it occupies 100% width, and second element comes in the next line, but inline elements comes in the same line. This is my statement, and I completed this statement. I will go to the next topic. But you have to do these kind of experiments. Like there are whatever you can see that. Yeah. It is inline, but it is block level. It comes to the next line, and it is occupied 100% width, and content 2 and content comes in the same line. Okay. Yeah. So in the notes, occupy 100% width or occupy complete block, the particular block. 100% width actually, 100% width. Okay, or it means it's occupying that complete block. Okay, and examples H1 to H6 and paragraph as well as list. Okay, list item we have li. Okay, as well as div. Yeah, we'll discuss in the future classes. Okay, but just try to understand. And table row also occupy 100% width. Yeah, like this. Okay, and coming to inline. Yeah, paragraph. No, no. Coming in same line. Okay, comes in same line. own space. Okay, and examples will be span already written, input, image. Okay, so these are the inline elements. Okay, so when you're using some extra topics like table, form, just if it is occupied in the same line, so add that into list. Okay, so yeah, I just given you basic idea of inline as well as block level, and when we are using those tags, if it is occupying 100% width, try to add that tag into the list. This one, for example, it is inline, add that into list. Okay, so there are so many block level elements, there are so many inline elements. Okay, and next point, this HTML, so I'm trying to write H2 as capital and this H2 as small. Okay, see what will happen? Nothing happened. Okay, so what is the point here?
Yes.
Not case sensitive. You can write in the capital, you can write in the small. But for the standards, we are going to maintain lower cases. Okay. Just trying to write what? I'm maintaining only lower cases. I'm not writing capital. Okay. Next. Indentation. What is this point? What is indentation? Remember? Inside Word document. Maybe it is my, for example, heading, for example. So, what I will do, I will write but it is not heading. It's not heading, and it have to. We need to understand it. It is the child of this. For that, what we need to? We need to use indentation. We have to this. We have these two icons. If you use indentation, it will take tab space. Okay. For example, when I'm writing HTML, okay, and next one is what? Head tag. Head is child of HTML, right? Try to use space. Okay, and next one. So we are following indentation space and unique title, right? Unique title. And title is the child of head. Try to use indentation. Okay. And for example, if you want to write H1 to H6, you can write like this. That is called indentation. without indentation, if you write the code, even you can't understand what you written. For example, if you want to create a template, you need to write 200 lines of code. Sometimes you will write 1000 lines of code. If there is no indentation, you can't understand which one is the parent, which one is his child, and where this tag open, where this tag close, you can't understand. So try to use indentation. Being a beginner, try to use like this. Then it becomes habit. You no need to notice this. You just directly write that code. When I'm writing that code, I never think about the indentation. Automatically that will happen. Okay, even I know the shortcut. I will tell you later. Yeah, something mistake I done. That's why it's not allowing me to indent. Maybe because of this, I think so. There is some error. What is that issue is? Paragraph closed. Closing another time. Paragraph not closed. No, I'm not. I'm closed actually. Yeah, there is paragraph open there, and it's closed here because of breaks or something. One second, I'm trying to remove this breaks and HR. We'll see what is the issue. Yeah, because of that breaks and HR. Okay, so break, and somewhere I'm using HR. Yeah, because of that break and HR, it's throwing an error. Yeah. No, because of that. So try to use up to this. Okay, and I'm going to send you these notes even. These notes and last class notes. 2 documents I will send you today. Just go through this documentation. Okay, and yourself. And I will suggest you a website name. Not for the basic. Those people created this documentation. Then you HTML in the next level, not like basic things. They will give you standards. So maybe being a beginner, you can't understand at this moment, but try to read this documentation after completion of HTML. Okay. Yeah. We'll meet in the next class. We'll continue our discussion. Any questions? Yes. Yes, any questions?
No.
No, right? Yeah. We'll meet in the next class. We continue our discussion. Take care. Bye-bye.